Welcome to your FIA Pure Motorsport update. Coming up on the show, we look back on the 2021 F3 Asian Championship that Chinese driver Guanyu Zhou won. And we get to know the first Emirati female racing driver, Amna Alkhubaisi, after she took part in the championship for the first time. We've been in Italy at the historic Rally San Remo and in Kenya for the African Rally Championship. And talking of rally, have you ever wondered what a rally co-driver does? Well, we've gone behind the scenes to find out. If you like what you see on this episode, then subscribe to the FIA's YouTube channel and to Pole Position. We'll have another FIA Pure Motorsport update for you very soon.
Seven teams, 23 cars on the grid, 5 race weekends exclusively held in the United Arab Emirates. A world-class field with drivers boasting F1, F2, and F3 experience. The 4th season of the Formula 3 Asian Championship was a special one.
This year we had something more drivers, I think more competitive field. So it means that the format is good, and also people now realize that F3 Asia actually is a championship that has a value. It's the right format, with the right car, with the right budget. So it's really the series that we need in Asia and in Europe as well.
The first race of the all-new season takes place at the Dubai Autodrome, and from the start, it's Alpine F1 test driver Guanyu Zhou in the red and white Abu Dhabi Racing by Prima car who leads the field. Not one opponent can keep up with him, and Zhou is never really challenged. So it's a start-finish victory for the 21-year-old Chinese driver. The first win of the new season.
Everything was under control, and really happy with the team. And also, we just into the championship. We win the first ever race in the series. So congrats to all the people who work in Abu Dhabi Racing by Parma.
Zhou also wins the second race, but has to retire in the third race of the season after an accident with Jehan Daruvala. This is a big opportunity for Pierre-Louis Chauvet. After 2 fourth-place finishes in the first races, the young French driver in his black Pinnacle Motorsports race car has a great race and celebrates his second ever Formula 3 win, a big surprise for the 18-year-old.
I was a bit under the pace, and then I tried to push as much as possible and to make overtakes, and finally I did it, so I'm really happy.
So Zhou has just a single-point lead after the first round of the series. Chauvet is in second. It's a close race between the two talented drivers that will be going on throughout the entire season. The next 2 stops of the series are taking place at the Yas Marina circuit, the F1 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix venue. It's a doubleheader race weekend for the F3 Asian circuit. While Guanyu Zhou is battling for position, Louis Chauvet shows his brilliant form. He's enjoying one of the best race weekends of his career while winning 3 of 6 races and consolidates his position as a real championship contender. After 9 races, he leads in the standings with 156 points. Jehan Daruvala is second. Zhou sits in third place, 15 points behind Chauvet. In the first race back at the Dubai Autodrome, the 2 championship contenders have a great wheel-to-wheel battle. Chauvet takes an early lead, a lead he never surrenders. He's winning not only this race, but also another one, and now has a 32-point lead over Zhou going into the final round of the series. 3 races to go, and the title will be decided in Yas Marina circuit, this time using the full F1 Grand Prix track. Under the lights, Zhou starts on the left from the pole position in race 1. But Patrick Pasma takes the lead into the first turn. Chauvet in 6th place, and he runs off the track, the title seemingly slipping away. Pasma crosses the finish line first, but is given a 5-second penalty for speeding under a yellow flag, handing the race to Zhu, who cuts Chauvet's series lead in half. In the second race on the next day, Patrick Pasma is in the lead again. Zhu tries to attack him, but runs off the track, but he stays in front of Chauvet after coming back on course. Unfortunately, the Frenchman has to retire and can only watch Zhu finishing in second place. Pasma wins, but Zhu takes a 1-point lead over Chauvet in the standings, so it all comes down to the 15th and final race of the season. Zhu in the first car on the left on the pole position with a great start, leading the field into the first turn. While Zhu is extending his lead, his biggest opponent is in the middle of the field and unable to keep up with the pace of the drivers up front. Zhu wins the F3 Asian Championship.
Firstly, huge thanks for my team, my crew, Abu Dhabi Racing by Prema, all the hard work in the last 4 weeks. It's been tough, and coming to the last round with 32 points behind, it wasn't easy. I never gave up until the last race, and today we made a perfect start, got to the lead and head down to focus to get the first win and to get the win here. And yeah, it was unbelievable to be winning or be the Asian F3 champion.
Zhu at the top of the final standings with 257 points. After a great season, Chauvet finishes in second place, Daruvala in third. A great end for a spectacular season. Amna Alkhubaisi is the first Emirati female race driver. She's just 21 years old and already a history maker, a social media personality, and a race driver with a not ordinary background.
I'm from the United Arab Emirates, born in the States. I currently study in Sorbonne University, and I started my racing career at the age of 13.
Like so many drivers, her career began in karting.
Started in the juniors division in the UAE Rotax Max Challenge. And then slowly from there, I got a ticket to compete in the World Finals. And then I started gaining experience, and I started begging my dad to take me to Europe and compete in Europe. And from there on, I had good results, and I came back to the UAE, won the championship, and then had the sponsorship for Formula 4.
The confident young woman is a perfect fit for sponsors. Amna knows how to race and how to represent herself and her partners, not only on the track, but also on social media. She put a lot of practice, training, and hard work into her career, and in the end, it all paid off. The biggest day of her life as a race driver happened in 2019. The 19-year-old Amna Alkhubaisi won the Formula 4 UAE race at Yas Marina, becoming the first Arab woman to take victory in an FIA single-seater race. Amna made history, just like her father Khaled Al-Qubaisi, who was the first Emirati to take part in the 24-hour race at Le Mans. A great inspiration for Amna and for her younger sister.
He was actually my first inspiration. I first started gymnastics when I was much younger. I've done it for 10 years, and I was going to go to the Olympics, compete in the elite division. But then last minute I changed my mind and went for racing thanks to my dad.
A good decision. Amna is living her dream. But her first year in regional Formula 3 was tough. The switch from Formula 4 to Formula 3 is a huge step for young race drivers.
It's completely different compared to an F4 car. There's a lot of downforce. It's physically tiring. I did not expect it from a Formula 3 car, not just the speed, but the downforce. So yeah, it's something new and challenging for me.
A challenge she accepted and mastered. Even without a podium ranking, she sees the season as a success.
I think I'd rate my Formula 3 Asian campaign as a 8.5 because not being in a car for 1 year and being almost a second to 2 seconds off is a huge achievement for me.
Now she wants to go to the next step and master the next challenge.
My future goals is always to climb up the ladder, and for everybody else, you know, F1 is the main goal. But for me, for now, I think it's just to climb up the ladder and get good results and then move up to the next level.
We're pretty sure that Amna Alkhubaisi has not reached the end of that ladder. San Remo, a small and beautiful city on the Mediterranean coast in the north of Italy. With great historic buildings, majestic hotels that served in the 1960s, 70s, and 80s as a hotspot for tourists from all over the world who wanted to visit the Italian coast in search of their taste of La Dolce Vita. So San Remo is the perfect match for the FIA European Historic Rally Championship, which features cars from the golden era of rallying. Porsche 911 Carreras, Audi Quattros, Ford Escorts, Lancias, and Alfa Romeo GTAs. Cars that made history and remain in the hearts of fans. Cars that are unique and stylish. The Rally Storico is the first of 9 events featured in the 2021 FIA European Historic Rally Championship. For the first time in 5 years, the Historic Rally Championship is back in San Remo.
San Remo is the special rally. It's incredible. The special, a lot of corners. It's very complicated for the driver, for the Spanish driver or another country driver, no? Because it's a speciality to the special.
The 66 cars are based in San Remo. The rally will consist of a total of 438 kilometers with 14 special stages. There are 6 stages on day 1 and 8 stages on day 2.
Sinistra 4, dentro 50. Destra 3, chiude 2, tieni. Per sinistra, destra 4, 30.
The drivers have to master the beautiful but difficult mountain roads of the Ligurian backland, a challenge that leaves little time to enjoy the amazing surroundings.
First of all, it was a pleasure to be back on this fantastic road. You know, I think it was more than 12 years since I haven't been there, and it's just incredible. You know, we are just missing the audience, but otherwise the roads are fantastic.
Amazing scenery, and what an amazing place to be rallying.
After day 1, Lucio De Sanche and Daniel De Luis in the Porsche 911 SC hold a 34-second lead ahead of reigning champions Lucky and Fabrizia Pons in the distinctive liveried Lancia Delta Integrale. And the leading team finishes the second day of the 36th San Remo Rally Storico, where they started in the morning, holding a commanding lead over their nearest rivals to secure their fourth victory in San Remo.
The car was perfect. The mechanic, all my team, I have to say thank you to all the people they had me for this success.
The Ford Sierra Cosworth 4x4 of Daniel Alonso and Alejandro Lopez finishes in second place, almost 5 minutes back, with the Porsche 911 SCRS of Emano Sordi and Romano Belfiore finishing in third. A great start for Lucio De Sanche and the FIA European Historic Rally Championship. Now let's have a look at what else is up in the world of motorsports. Here are some of the latest bits of news. In its fifth season, the F4 United Arab Emirates Championship again showed spectacular motorsport by young drivers. In the end, the best of them was 15-year-old Enzo Trulli. After 5 rounds and 20 races, the son of former Formula One driver Jarno Trulli won his first single-seater title by just 1 point, holding off Delano Fathoff. The Dubai International Baja is the second round of this year's FIA World Cup for cross-country Bajas, and it attracted competitors from 11 countries. They all tried to master the big dunes and the notoriously soft sand of the Al Qudra Desert, a task that presented problems for some drivers, but not so for Saudi Arabia's Yazid Al-Raji and his British co-driver Michael Ward. In their Toyota Hilux Overdrive, they dominated and won the rally by an emphatic margin of 33 minutes 49 seconds. Despite an earlier collision, the UAE's Khalid Al-Qasimi and German Dirk van Zitlewitz finished second. Nasir Saidan and Alexei Kuzmich in their Mini Cooper Works rally came in third place. The Rally San Remo is one of the most traditional rally events in the world. It was held for the first time in 1961, but the 68th edition was one of the most exciting in its history. On the first stages, the drivers were challenged by wet roads and rainy weather. The lead changed from stage to stage, positions 1 through 4 just separated by a few seconds. In the end, 2 Irishmen, Craig Green and Paul Nagel, in their Hyundai i20 R5 coped best with the varying weather conditions.
8-1 right minus don't and tight to the plus and lean back 1 right to flat.
They win the Rally San Remo just 4.8 seconds ahead of the Italian team of Andrea Crinola and Pietro Elia Ometto, also in a Hyundai i20 R5. A great third place for Fabio Adolfi and Stefano Savoia in the Skoda Fabia R5. For 4 years, Andrei Bishaha and Peter Tyszynski have been a very successful team. They are 2-time FIA European Rally Trophy champions. A big part of their success is their good preparation. A few hours before the start of the first stage of the INA Delta Rally 2020 in Zagreb, FIA Pure Motorsport had a chance to accompany them during their reconnaissance. Although the rally organizers are handing out an official road book during the recce, the co-pilot writes down shorthand notes on how to best drive the stage.
I'm writing pace notes for him, what he like to see on the road, and I must read it on the stage exactly 1 or 2 seconds before he want to know it. So I'm a second brain for him.
The pace notes have to be more specific than the notes in the official road book.
That is so necessary to have the perfect number. For us is, for example, right 5 is 90 degrees. Right 10 is 180 degrees. For us, it's very important to have a specific.
Those decisive details include, for example, the kind of surface, how dirty it is, and when Andrei needs to accelerate or brake. It becomes, of course, even more difficult when they have to drive at high speed. Too much information in too short a time.
We choose some special words, which I never use normal. It's because I need to imagine the place.
So the driver has to have a good memory, and the co-driver has to have good sensors in his back.
I must feel the car in my back because I can't watch outside because it's very, very, very fast. I set left 5 and then I can read again another corner. just thinking about it, not watching on the road.
Teamwork at its best, the secret for any successful rally team. Kenya is a great country with a beautiful and varied landscape. Deep rainforests, high mountains, valleys, and bushland. And everywhere a great variety of wildlife. Also, Kenya was always a rally country. Since 1973, the iconic Safari Rally was an important part of the WRC schedule. It was one of the global motorsport's legendary fixtures. But 19 years ago, the country lost the WRC status. It's a sad period for all African rally fans that will end this summer. Kenya's fabled Safari Rally will return to the FIA World Rally Championship.
I don't think that the Safari Rally can ever be removed from being part of the heritage of our country. It's always been a heritage.
All of Kenya is looking forward to the event. This also puts the Equator Rally Africa as an important race of the FIA African Rally Championship into the focus of drivers, media, and organizers.
This rally is a gravel rally, and it is run in conservancies or private land or closed roads, where we also have wildlife.
Like the Safari Rally, the Equator Rally offers challenges for the organizers. The rally takes place in a wildlife preserve. Wild animals meet fast rally cars, horse marshals at work, and curious visitors. So the Equator Rally offers various safari officials, including stage commanders, their deputies, setup crew, and media personnel, an opportunity to savor a real event situation. The organizers can test their structures for the WRC Safari Rally. This also applies to the rally teams because the Equator Rally will use 6 special stages that will also feature in the Safari route. A good chance for the drivers to get a feel for the challenges that the rally in Kenya presents.
It is a very, very challenging course because the weather keeps changing drastically, and suddenly you could have wet in an hour, and in 2 hours you have dry weather.
Challenges that the teams are looking for. So the starting list reads like a who's who of the best African rally drivers. Guy Botterill, a 2-time South African champion and the winner of the last ARC event, the Rally Bandama, held last February. The Triple Safari Rally winner Baldev Chega from Kenya in his Mitsubishi Lancer EVA XR4. Yasin Nasser from Uganda in his Subaru Impreza 8. And one of the big favorites, the 5-time Safari Rally winner, Carl Tundo in his first outing in a VW Polo R5. From the start, the Equator Rally lived up to its reputation as a dress rehearsal for the WRC event.
We are in our rainy season in Kenya, and like I said, it's unbelievable. In the morning it rained, it was slippery like ice, and now in the afternoon it was almost as grippy as tarmac. So you just go with it. You can't control the weather, to be honest.
Early morning torrential rains and muddy conditions made the first stages rough, challenging, and unkind to the tires, with many rocks hidden in deep mud puddles. Most of the drivers had big problems staying on the track, acted very cautiously, and were relieved to make it through these stages. On the other hand, you have fearless drivers like Kenyan driver Omkar Rai. The experienced Guy Botterill got everything out of his Toyota R5. And the rain expert Carl Flash Tundo, who thrives in wet conditions. This is exactly where he laid the foundation for his first success at the Equator Rally. He led the Kenyan round of the Continental Series from start to finish, winning 10 of 11 stages.
It's amazing. It's feeling good to get the car back in one piece. Good to win always, obviously. Good to get another notch on my belt. So super happy. No, it's been tough. It's been really hard.
Carl Tundo was not the only happy Kenyan. The event was a success and showed that Kenya and the rally organizers are ready for the much-awaited WRC Safari Rally in June, which is also on the minds of the local drivers.
I think we have had the advantage of doing this event because it will be also the same stages in the WRC. So it gives us a little bit of a stepping stone, so to say.
The conditions are the same. If it's wet, slippery, rocky, I think the Europeans and the foreigners will have a tough time.
But Kenya will enjoy the homecoming of the WRC Safari Rally. That's it for today. In the next episode of FIA Pure Motorsport, we'll take you to Yank in Belgium for great FIA karting action. The 2021 edition of the Rally Andalusia promises amazing rally sport and a great field of drivers. And we'll introduce you to the future stars of racing. Until next time, take care, everybody.